Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you all, wherever it is that you are joining us from. We are here live tonight once again for another exciting interview. I firstly want to apologize for the late start. I know we said that we should have gotten on at 7:30, but I am happy that you are still able to be here with us. We apologize for any inconvenience caused, but we are also grateful and we thank you so much for being here with us tonight as we will be having an exciting interview. So tonight, as we continue again on the path of getting to know our athletes, we thank you so much for being here with us. For those who is the first time joining our family or being over here with us for the first time, if you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, we ask that you go ahead and subscribe to our socials as we are excited to have new persons being in our family. As you know, over here at Track and Field Talk Net, we talk about everything track and field, what happened in the sport. We also try to educate ourselves as we go along. We also learn things as we go along about the sports that we love, about the events that we love, and we talk about it all the time. We are excited tonight again also to talk about this because it's not an event for athletes that we see happening on the horizon so often. So this is an exciting one for us here at the Track and Field Talknet family. So we thank you so much for being here with us as we go along and as we continue. And tonight we will be talking to our juniors again, and juniors, senior, junior, and in my viewpoint, I would say just to get to know them. We also try to embrace knowing our athletes outside or off the track, because all we get to see most of the time is our athletes just being on the track and doing what they do best, and allowing us to see their talent as they go along, and therefore we are excited for that. However, what we try to do here at Track and Field Tournament is also try to get to know our athletes off the track, to see what they are about, who they are, and also to learn things about them that we didn't know and that we would love to know, while we are also empowering our athletes to do the things that they love continuously, and also to be able to speak in front of a camera as best as they can. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you all, kings and queens out there, wherever it is that you're joining us from, wherever it is that you will listen to this podcast, whether it be now or later on. Tonight, with me, with us, we have some great, beautiful girls. But before I introduce our girls with us, I also want to take the time out to thank my co-host with me tonight, my other panelist with me tonight. I'm so excited, and I'm thanking him so much for this opportunity to be, doing this with him, especially with the persons that we will interview. So tonight we have none other than Shay Hudson. Thank you so much, Mr. Hudson, for being here with me. Good night to you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. It's my absolute pleasure to be here. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited and really willing and ready to learn a lot like your listeners and yourself tonight. So I'm really happy to be here.
Definitely, I know you're definitely excited because it is within your, within your scope, within your lifeline. Do I say within your lifeline? So I'm happy to have you here with us, and so forth. So tonight, without any further ado, nobody needs to know anything about me, and know anything more about you, as I would say. So without any further ado, tonight on our panel with us, joining our family, a set of girls, a set of young ladies, a set of greats, queens, as we would say, a set of queens, as I would call them, is none other than the rose in the furnace, in the fire, the rose in the gardens. It's not just one rose, it's not just two, but we're excited to have all three roses with us in one setting. What an excitement we're gonna have. So tonight, Track and Field Talknet family, we welcome on our panel, on our guest place with us, the Rose Sisters, none other than Since we're seeing Jovia, we're seeing Carita. I'm going to fix you all in those spaces and let me and O'Shea be small. Yeah, right. So we get to see
That's
all three
fine.
of you guys much better. Because it's not about us tonight, it's really about you guys. Good night, good night, good night to you girls. How are you doing? So tonight, first, let me say thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for taking the opportunity, for accepting the request for us to be a part of our show. So we appreciate it for you to be here with us. I hope that your day has been going good and will get even better now that you're here.
Yes,
Right?
miss.
Yes.
Yes, miss.
And you remember we said we're doing the smiling thing? Right? Because remember we're on track. Right. There we go with it. So Kirito, you don't want to smile with me again? Right, man. Smile, man, Kirito, smile. You have a beautiful smile, I must say. All three of you ladies have a beautiful smile. So continue to show that smile, definitely, and carry that smile with you all wherever you go. So tonight, firstly, let me say, tell me about the roses. Tell me about the young roses in terms of, I know you guys are from St. Anne, like myself, but I really don't know much about you guys other than you guys being at home. So tell us about the younger roses. Who wants to go first?
The oldest will go first in the now.
Sydney go first. Right. I like that. Right, Carita. Let Sydney go first. She's the older one, right? Okay.
Repeat.
Go ahead. I'm not hearing you.
I said repeat.
Oh, I'm saying, tell me about the roses. You know, you where you guys grew up, your primary school, stuff like that.
Good night, everyone. As you know, I'm the eldest Rose of the Rose sisters. Well, we attend the Gibraltar Primary and Infant School. We I didn't like to do like the training parts. I didn't like to do it, but when it come to competition, I was like there. But is like Jovens with Carita, they were like putting the hard work and so forth. And we have to give thanks to our coach, Miss Riley, that's our primary coach. And yeah,
Okay. So you guys started track and field from primary school?
yes, Miss.
Interesting. So Jovi. So Sydney look like she kind of want to be shy on me tonight. So let me just throw it and throw it at it. So Jovi, is it that from primary school you knew that you wanted to do track and field?
Well, Miss, it wasn't like that.
What was it like?
Track and field, I started track and field in 5.
Okay.
And
So why
I made the first
Carita
champions
look at
in the
Jovi like that?
No, Miss, actually, I didn't touch my foot.
Okay. So you started track and field in grade 5?
yes, Miss.
Okay. So I you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Jovi and Sydney, you guys did the sprints before you guys did the long distance.
No, Miss.
So just
I
always been
used to
long
do
distance from grade
400.
5?
No, no.
1500 and 800 for me.
For me, it was like 400, 1500, and 800.
I
Okay.
think what Lati is probably trying to get, because I think you can correct me, Cindy. I think when you guys entered champs first in class 4, you guys had to be sprinting, right?
Right.
Before
No, we didn't
No,
start transport. No, she
I was the
started
one
with
Jovi.
doing sprint.
Jovi was the one, I think, had to be
Did the
sprinting
sprints.
in class 4,
Right.
because at class 4 you're not allowed to run
To do the long
the
distance.
800 nor the 15. And she came in. So I remember when Coach Dave had to have this young one running, and I were like, the older sister at the time with Cindy was running the distance event, started well, moved over in the class 3 and was running the longer distance. And we saw Jovi, and knowing that they were sisters, we were like, so it's just ironic that the other sister is a sprinter. Later to learn that she had to sprint. So probably she can tell us, Jovi, how was that experience, knowing that you
That
came into high school
experience like
as a long distance runner, but you had to be sprinting because you were not
sprinting
allowed
first
to
because
run.
you would have started class
Yeah.
4.
How was that experience for you?
Well, it was not my event, but I did my best.
So now that you have done your best, that is in class 4 when you did the sprinting and you moved up to your event, which you don't think you'd ever think to try the sprinting again?
No, no, Miss.
Okay, okay, understood. Karita, if you had to choose, would you always choose the long distance or you choose it because your two older sisters run it?
I would choose it because I want to do it.
Okay.
And sprint race is not for me.
Sprinting is not for you. Okay, understood.
And I can do distance more.
Which one is your preference in the middle distance for you? Which one of the events do you
800,
prefer?
800,
800.
800.
Why?
Because me love the tool of, I love the tool at them, and I have more speed for it than the 1500.
Good choice. Sydney, which is your preferred event? If you had to choose, which is your preferred one, Sydney?
1500
Why?
because it's a longer race and you can you can think in that race like if you run out at the medal, you can try to catch up.
I think I
You can try
interest.
to catch
They
up
say
in
you
that
can make
medal.
some
Like
mistakes in it and then fix it again.
yes,
Unlike
yes.
Carita with her 2 lap event, she just have to just head on and go.
It is so interesting the dynamics, Latoya, because
Exactly.
I think when they both enter because of how they start, I think you'll find that they tend to like the 800 and then you transition. But to note, and Cindy can correct me, so to Jovi, you guys have a wide range in terms of, especially this year, we saw a lot of 400-meter running. So you guys were able to run 400 meters all the way to road racing because Cindy won a few of the road races. So that's a wide range. So probably you can tell us, Cindy, how is it that you managed to prepare for the 400 meters and like we see you doing, and then to move it to the road when we see you dominating those 5Ks,
Dominating the
how
roads
you
in
manage to,
5Ks.
to prepare yourself for both races, for those kind of different events in terms of the distances.
Well, I train for it. Like the training is like different. The training is different. You have the long training like 40-meter run and 40 minutes run. Sorry, 40 minutes run, and they have the 800 like 400 and 200 speed work. So we use 400 as speed work and the 40 minutes run as
For mileage.
execution.
Yeah.
Endurance.
Yeah. I think before we move into the further in the event, I think a lot of people will ask. We know that you're all sisters, but you're not the same age. So you probably can tell us your different ages so that people can be aware. I know Cindy is the older, Karita is the younger, but tell us your age just for the audience to be aware.
I'm 18.
Okay.
I'm 17. And I'm 14.
So Jovi, you'll be following in no time with and leaving Carita all by herself.
Yes, yes.
So my question is there
They leave me to carry.
go ahead.
I said they leave me to carry on the Rose name.
Just like that, Miss Rose. Is there any other Rose other than you three that will come? Or is just the three of you?
No, I like my little brother. I don't like, I think he's coming to Homewood.
Wow.
To help Carita to carry on the Rose name.
Wow. But speaking of
Yes,
brother
yes.
Latoya, I think this is a good way to segue into two questions that a lot of people have been asking. I think they have answered one, that there is another Rose, albeit a male, because others were saying you had other sisters that might come to Omud. Um, but also you might hear the question as well
Out
that
that
there
is
is
coming out of champs.
a particular popular athlete that attends Kingston College, and his name is Marcinga Rose. He's from
Are
St.
you
And a
guys
lot of people are asking, are you guys related
related?
to Marcinga Rose?
Or
No, not that I know.
No
not? Yes
relation,
and no?
No, we're not
not
related.
related.
Not
So for those
related.
who are asking, for those listeners who wants to know and been speculating that Marcinga Rose and the Rose sisters are family, well, to them they are not aware. So I think we have answered that question. But also, I know you guys came to Holmwood Technical coming from Gibraltar, right? Gibraltar Primary, that's the name, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Why Holmwood? What happened? Did you guys know about Holmwood? Because before you answer the question, I can tell you that I probably know a little bit more about some of the Holmwood athletes who would have come before you, namely the likes of Ricky and Russell, Cedrica, all of those persons came from St. Anne. Were you aware? Why did you choose Holmwood over all the other schools that you could have chosen? Cindy first, because Cindy was the
Sydney
first
first
one
because she went first.
who started the trend.
Um, I choose Holmwood because it's like good in sports, and I see like Ricky and Cedric attend, and they're like making progress in track and field. So I just choose to come.
Did you all go to the same primary school?
No,
No,
Okay.
you just hear about them.
But you were aware then that they were from
but you
St.
are
Anne.
aware of them. Interesting.
Yes, sir.
So did you tell Jovi that she had to come to Homewood? Or she just decided to follow you?
No, she just decided to follow
So,
me.
so Jovi, if you didn't pass to go to Homewood, was Homewood your first choice because Sydney went to
Yes.
Homewood?
No, miss.
May I ask what was your first choice? Out being that Homewood was not your first choice.
Um, Track and field. After doing track and field for 2 years in primary school, and seeing that people and me, I see people around on TV, and I said, me want to up there too. So, yes, I chose Homewood for that
It was Homewood.
and for the great track and field program.
So did you guys used to watch Homewood on TV? Because Homewood has a strong legacy in terms of dominance at champ. I know you guys were in primary school. Probably some of you weren't born just yet when Homewood start. Well, I think yes, Cindy
Well,
would have been
Sydney, would,
around.
well, the fact that Sydney know about Ricky Ann,
Would
yeah,
have. I mean,
she would
they're
have
close
had
now.
a little,
But
and she know
did you
about Sydney, she
guys?
would have had a little.
Yeah. Did you guys used to watch Homewood and know that Homewood was all the way in Manchester and they were a dominant school? Are you just say like they come to me, so let's just go and see what they can do? Was it a feeling like that, or you just know that Homewood had a vibe and you just wanted to be a part of it?
Well, sir, if I'm going to be honest, I never know where Homewood was located. We just know that I have a good track and field program and I wanted to be there.
You wanted to be there. Fair enough. What about you, Karita? I know you seem to be one of the one that the younger one, of course, but you seem so excited when you saw Cindy and Jovic going to Homewood. Did it ever cross your mind to say, "Boy, I don't want to go to Homewood," or you just were excited to go there? Did they tell you about Homewood since they were there before you?
To be honest, yes, they did, but I didn't want to go there, to be honest.
Come
Are
But
you
true,
willing to
y'all.
tell
Mr.
us? Are
Sister,
you willing to tell us where you wanted to go?
I wanted to go to Brownston High School, but not to be track and field. But when I see my sister them a win and I see the benefits in track and field, I wanted to go there.
Interesting.
Carita look like the one where she just say, them over there, so me over here, so until she can't deal with it anymore.
So tell us about your first day in at Homewood. So each of you would have entered Homewood in a dorm-like
Different
situation. So
time.
you would have packed up from St. Anne, journey over. So Jovi, you can start again. Your first day on campus, coming into this program, to this school in Manchester, this very cold, not like St. Anne. What was the experience like?
Well, it wasn't bad at first,
That's Jovi there. That's
but
That's Jovi.
what about you, Cindy? What was it like for you?
It was like a good environment for me, although I was far apart from my family. But my teammates made me feel like comfortable, and they feel like a family.
And for you,
Okay.
Karita?
I was excited
It was easier for you,
and
right, Carita, because you already have the two bigger ones
And both
there.
sisters.
yes, miss.
Did
Good.
you guys run the first year you came to Homewood? All of you came at different year, but did you guys participate in champs in your very first year at Holmwood Technical?
No, sir, I didn't run from my first year. Like I was class four, and I didn't run. I started class three.
So, so
Right,
you
because we
had to sit out
knew
because
Sydney
you
at
weren't
class.
willing to do this sprinting thing.
No, I wasn't into that.
Okay. What about you, Karita? You
What
came
about
in.
you,
I know you
Carita?
came in. I think you also had to sit out, right,
No,
Karita?
no, I run a track meet, but I couldn't run a champs
On the
You could run
distance
a
with a
champs.
track meet.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But Jovi, you were able to run at class 4
Yes.
as a sprinter.
The second year.
A second year. Okay, interesting. Um,
So you guys say you don't like the sprints, but I mean the long distance is developing or has developed over the years, and a lot of persons are now coming to love the long distance race or getting to understand the long distance race. But we still do see the long distance race based on where it's coming from to where it's at now as a sprint event, right? I mean, we see Sydney, we saw you sprinting a couple times, well, so I don't understand. I mean, your event is changing into a sprint. So you're gonna have to. How is it now feeling for you now that it is no longer laid back because some persons are just going straight out of the gate, sprinting. But I know everyone has their own different tactics in which they challenge themselves when it is that they run their event. But I mean, do you feel like your long distance is becoming more of a sprint than a long distance to you?
Yes, miss. I feel like 1500 is like turning into a sprinting event.
The 1500 is feeling like that. So, how do you then, being that you have been on that path a little longer, how do you now acclimatize yourself to that? Is it that your training changes, especially this season and what you have done in this season? How do you adapt to that change for that?
Well, I trained for it. As what I said before, I trained for it, and like the program, like did change before champs. Yes.
Okay.
but I
So
think a good way to segue into that latter is to probably for them to tell us what the coaching is like. 'Cause you talk about the training, but I know you guys have a very good coach that really speaks highly of you guys in terms of how you guys approach training. You're very disciplined, you're very willing to learn and willing to put in the work. How would you describe your coach in terms of, and has he been of any great motivation for you guys to really take this thing a little bit serious?
Yes, sir. Well, I have to give all the credit to him as well because if it wasn't his training, we wouldn't be here right now. And he tell us the truth. He tell like if we do anything wrong, he tell where we correct it and so forth. So yes,
And
well,
he's also very motivated.
okay. How do you Well, so we have three sisters, three different aspect and personalities each. How do you cope with the separation of being a student athlete and taking on schoolwork? Because we know training takes a lot, especially for your distance that you do, but then you also have schoolwork to do. How do you manage that? How do you do that? Carita, you can go first. Being that you're the younger one, how do you cope with that?
Alright, when I'm at school, I studied hard and do a graded assignment when teacher give me, and they have prep time up here. So yes, and when I'm at training, I tried my best to finish the program strong and
So you
yes.
don't you don't you don't you don't tweak the program that you're given sometime because class was hectic or that subject that last session was hectic for you. I know you come to training and you just want to go home, but you know you have to do it. So you maybe get some reps to do, but you just tweak it your way, don't that?
I don't do that. I just put my mind on training because if you have my mindset. If you want to win this, you have to just get yourself together.
Okay, good going. I want to be like you when I grow up next life. Jovi, how do you do that? How do you know do that as it relates to schoolwork and training?
Well, when we get the rest, we just make use of it.
When you get the race, you make use of it. Jove, you
Yes, miss.
just so I mean, you said when you get the race, you just make use of it, or when you get the rest, you make use of it. How important is rest for you personally? Because I mean, we know it is important in all aspects for all events, but this is long distance, and we know you're going to be doing those every day in training. How important is rest for you as a long distance athlete?
Well, the rest, it helps me. It helps me. It relaxes my mind so I can prepare for training. Sit down, Anton.
Okay, Sydney, Cindy, I'm calling you Cindy. So I know that you are now moving on, leaving the two younger ones to carry the flag continuously, even when you're not there. Matter of fact, let me say congratulations in choosing your school. I don't know if you want to share with us the school that you'll be attending.
I'll be attending Indian Hills.
So congratulations for choosing your school. Um, May I ask what lead you to choosing that school? Is there a specific reason for you choosing that school?
Um, in athletic wise, they are really good and they like take care of distance and their time has been improving each track meet they go. And this the like academics, yes.
Okay.
That's
Academically,
interesting.
what is it that you be pursuing academically outside of the track part of it?
Um, like I'll do like when I attend interviews, I'll be doing art and science, like to pursue my nurse career.
So Jove,
Interesting.
Jove,
That's
what you
interesting.
want to do? You want to become the nurse so you can um, nurse Carita? It's very interesting. Joby, sorry, Sydney are talking. No, this is the first time. I mean, this is the first time. I can be corrected though. Oshay, this is the first time I actually hear athlete, a student athlete of such caliber
Wants
saying,
to
you
be
know,
a nurse.
that is the route that they're choosing to go. I mean, you normally hear like the business or someone me don't know for call, but
Yeah.
nursing Sydney? Why?
Yes,
No
please.
disrespect to nurses, you know, because we
Well,
need them.
I mean,
But
big up all nurses.
because I was wondering if you have something to do with it, O'Shea. But yeah, nursing. Any specific reason or
I
what
like
contributed to that?
I like to help people a lot, especially elder and sickly people.
That's interesting, and that's very good of you to know that you're not entering the profession just. A lot of people enter nursing because of money and other things, but to know that your mindset is that you're willing to help, because I think I say the first and critical foundation thing for you to enter into any field of healthcare. But Latoya, I just wanna take it back a little bit down from where it started, because interestingly, and Cindy, you can tell us, you would have been a champs before the two others, and of course you would have been competing with some very outstanding athletes, namely from Edwin Allen, Alphonsus Davis, St. Jago, and you would have won medals before. Can you remember the first year that you won a medal, and what placing it was at championships, and in what event?
Um, I like it was COVID time, like there
2022,
is no crowd in the stadium.
21.
21,
Yes,
twenty
sir.
twenty one.
Oh yeah,
Got you.
2021. It was COVID time, and I do 1500 and 800, and I like came second. My teammate beat me. I came second in the 15 and second in the 800 as well.
Interesting. Jove, so the big question is, and a lot of people didn't know, So after Cindy would have been battling with all the athletes from Edwin
Edwin
Allen
Allen and
and
everywhere.
Manchester and Veer, you came right out of nowhere to win the first gold medal for the family, right, Cindy, Jovi? So you were the first one to have won a gold medal.
Yes,
And
sir.
incidentally, in 2024, when Holmwood struggled a bit, you were the only athlete from Holmwood Technical to have won a gold medal for Holmwood Technical and did so outstanding that year. Take us back to that year. What was the preparation like, Jovi, going into championship, knowing that you were doing well all season? A lot of people were like, let's see if you could do it at championships, and to know that you did it. What was the feeling like?
Well, throughout the year, the season, I've been training. I was prepared for it. I didn't have much competition, so it was easy.
So
Interesting.
when you realized that was what it was, what was the feeling like when you crossed that line, knowing that yes, you are getting that gold medal and you are actually the first one of the sisters getting that gold medal, and then to realize that you are the first and maybe the only one 2024 to get the medal for Homewood. What was that feeling like? What was that experience? How did you feel?
Well, I felt very good because my parents were proud of me, also my sisters and everyone.
And
What
then
was it
you
like
go
when you
home
went
and
back to school?
Omud just showered you with all of the excitement on top of that too. So
Yes, miss.
okay.
But
So,
just to talk about the moment though, Latoya, because as you said, your parents were proud of you, because I know they would have been hoping that Cindy would have been able to get by her competitor. She came so close many times. She was
Many
third,
times.
second, third, second, third, and you came and then you did that big one for the family, not only for the family but for the school. What was the first thing that mommy or daddy or anybody said to you, Jovi, in terms of doing what you did?
well, they just told me to remember God and listen to what my coach says and just be confident in myself.
Did you feel pressured any at all? Because I know you said you were doing, I think you won at Central Champs as well, and you were running at all the development meets and doing very well. At that time, everybody were like, where is this new Jovic from? Because you didn't allow anybody in the 800 meters to dictate the pace. You just went out there and you just dominated. Did you feel pressured going into champs, knowing that everybody at the time wanted to beat Jovi? Did you feel
Jovi.
pressured?
No, sir, because I was the best at that event.
Interesting. Interesting.
And
Interesting.
like the confidence because I was the best at
The
that
best.
event.
I mean,
You're not
I
thinking
mean,
of. I
I'm not being
was
biased, but let me just tell you right now, because I probably would not have said it to you to your face, but I think that season really changed the whole
perspective
rose personification of how people saw you guys. And I think it brought the same energy was brought over into
2025.
2025. Because now, Cindy, you would have been battling with all these girls. Some of them have left champs already. But you came into champs this year in your final champs, Cindy. And you know that the chip was on your shoulder. Everybody was saying Cindy has been hot sometimes, cold sometimes. Can she win it this year? What? But we know what happened at champs. Take us back to that night. And this is everybody wants to know, because this is when the entire world now becomes aware of the Rose sisters if they didn't know. But let's start with Cindy, because pride of
Because she got
place.
her first one. She got the first one
You
2025.
first medal, gold medal at champs in your final
Final
year.
year.
How relief you feel? How do you feel knowing that you would have done so many races for Omud and never won a gold medal, but to do it at champs, Cindy? How do you feel?
Well, I feel good because knowing it's my last year, and I can give it my best shot to let like college or university see me. So yeah.
Did you have some kind of revenge in your mind to say, because some of the girls that you beat this year, they would have beaten you before, and I know you're probably saying this is my last year, so if I get a chance to beat them, did you come in with that kind of mindset that I'm gonna beat you guys in my final year and ensure that I walk away as the champion?
As a
Did you have that
champion.
in your mind?
Like yes, but like last year I like didn't get any medal in the 800, and like part of me like left that champs, and I decided I have to go and like to recheck what I did wrong, and I like take my training serious, don't joke out anything, and I come at champs and just do it.
Well, one question before I ask Jovi what she makes of her thing. Cindy, what did you tell, or did you tell your teammate Florence Nafamba anything going into the race, because you won that event, that 800 meter, and she came second, and she would have been running for Holmwood as well. What did you tell her before the race and at the end of the race when you saw that she came second?
Well, I tell her to do her best because I like have to run my own race. I cannot wait because this is my chance to get the medal. So I have to tell her, I say, you have to follow me, and if I do go, just still stay with me. Just don't make nobody in front of you. Don't make the Edwin or Diego in front of you. Just
Then the cream
Omud, I
pressure
would look
girl.
in front of you.
Then
I'm not in front of you. Just go on.
then Sydney, look how much pressure you put on Nafamba though. Look now, if me was Nafamba, look how much pressure you put on her. And Jovi over there says she not take pressure from nobody. So are you the day put pressure on Nafamba? If you tell her say when you go, she must go. Or did you, or is it that you tell her that because you know that
No,
she's
like
capable of doing
because
it?
no, because it's because she did a medal in the 15, and I really did want, like I really want her to get a medal, so I just told
Oh.
her.
So when you crossed the line and saw that she came second with you now, how that
Trying to get
work?
the
Because you
Quinella.
don't put the
Quinella.
pressure, you know. You don't put the pressure upon me. I mean, I have to kill for run. Because, hello, now somebody that have to run back.
She
Hey,
had to. She had
me,
to pick up her
nothing.
legs. Yeah.
And when you're kicking her, you see, especially when she come off of the 200-meter curve, when Sydney come off at 200-meter curve, make you stay so. No, you
But
kill
let's.
her. So,
I think we need to ask Cindy. Why is it everybody wants to know, Cindy? Why is it that you always wait till about 200 meters
at the
to
200,
put in
not till about, at the
a
200
big
meter mark,
sprint?
for kick.
Like
The
everybody
sprint.
knows you for that trademark thing. That Jovi tends to go out fast, but Cindy tends to wait until that last 200 and just run everybody to the dirt. Is that how you come up with that style?
I like I like the training, like oh I train, I do perform. So that's what I did in training.
You
So
need
that's
to
your
try the
that's how
two
you
bills one
practice.
time. No, she need to try
No,
the two bills one time because the
no,
kick
no,
at
no.
the 200-meter mark is different.
Like I start to move like from the 4 bills, but I do not like give it to my best. But I start to move from the 400. Then when you reach the 200, when you reach the 200, I like go.
Okay. Well, Jovi, so under Niger champs. So all right, let's go to Kerita. Kerita, you were
Yeah.
the first one to run. You ran that 800 meters, and going in, nobody probably expected you to win a medal, Kerita. But were you aware that Cindy and Jovi were gonna win medals? So you were saying, me have to go win
Me
one
after the night
for
bungle.
myself, because I realized you did not leave the track after you win. So what was your
Yeah.
plan going into your event, Kerita? Did you know that you had to win a medal?
My sister told me that I can medal, so I just believe in myself and up to me. I wanted the goal, but God had a plan, and I will be patient and be more dedicated. So next year, me know some have to come and get what is mine.
Mm.
Mm.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Next year, so you already tell them that next year you're coming. But
Yes.
Jovi,
No.
So Jovi, you would have come up right after
Yes,
Kerita
sir.
ran. And now you see that Kerita win a medal. So she'll wait for you at the finish line. And Cindy's around the call
Round the
room
back,
waiting
coming
for you.
around.
But Jovi, you were the defending champion going in because you won in your first year too. And you everybody now was waiting to see if you could defend. You came out and you won a silver medal. Did you feel any way? Did you feel disappointed? Or were you happy that you won a medal?
Well, sir, I did not feel disappointed much because other people out there are training hard as well, and everybody has their time.
Wonderful, wonderful, But what was that moment like to know that all three of you? So you waited for the. I saw where the security was trying to probably
No,
send
he was trying to send he was trying to
Ash.
send Jovi because Carita was already right behind her. So because I
Wait,
don't know, him tell Carita so she can't go on the track when Jovi was running, you know. So
yeah.
Carita waited when Jovi finished. Jovi decides that she looked like she wants to stand up there. So, the security guard, you don't put your fire truck no. The security guard look like him that what you do want the security guard for the lift your fire truck? No, for true. You
No,
could have and then you could have seen the two of them a tip it to a weight. For me,
so
I mean, Sydney not even finish the race. No, Sydney not even finish the race before Jovi reached on the track.
before she ran out. That's
Yeah.
interesting. But what did you guys say to each other when Cindy when you're done run now and you know that boy, I won the goal, everybody win a
One
medal. What did
you
you
have a
guys
gold, you have a silver, you have a bronze now. Not, you know, one time.
what
What
did
was
you
that like?
guys
I
say to
just
each
Well,
other?
me, I tell all of them, including Florence, say, I'm going to do this.
Ah, wonderful,
God did that.
wonderful. So when
Um,
you so when your parents now would have heard because now it's not only Cindy winning a medal, it's not only Jovi winning a medal, but
no,
Kerita now win a
all three of
medal.
you guys.
Did when you went back round to stadium is what did the coach say to you first of all? And what did your parents say to you when you first got to speak to them?
Well, mommy didn't get a chance to talk because she was screaming.
Ah,
well,
so
she was crying
what
as
the coach said to
well.
you guys? She was
Good
crying as
one.
well.
Coach.
No, no. I said my mother was quite crying as well because to see her children come out and medal, leaving champs with a medal. Yeah, she feel proud of us.
Interesting.
All right.
Interesting.
So before we continue, I'm going to take a comment from One Track Hero, and this comment is really for you, O'Shea, and it's not for the roses. He
I
says,
mean I'm gonna uh,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna I'm gonna turn the question around later. You know why I saw the comment because and I'm gonna ask the ladies here. You guys what it is like training with um
Nafamba.
Florence because she wasn't the first one. You guys would have had another young lady from Uganda. When you guys learned first that they were coming to join the program and knowing that you know you watch Olympics and you watch World Championship and you hear that the African athletes them
Africans.
fast. So when you
Always
guys
at
heard that
least.
you were getting teammates from Uganda, did you guys feel intimidated? Did you guys feel excited knowing that they were coming to join the distance program? What were your feelings like?
Well, we were excited because to have this Uganda running for Holmwood and they run and then can push more in a training and so.
So for the person who is asking that why Nafamba didn't medal before, just explain to them probably how is it that or what you think is the biggest challenge that foreign athletes have coming to like a school because she wouldn't have probably used to a school like Omod. What you think is probably one of the biggest challenge she would have had coming to Omod?
None. Florence doesn't have any challenges.
Or she fits in well because I know I see her from time to time on social media, what kind of personality would you say she is? Is she the bubbly person or she's the reserved?
Um, no, she's a humble person. She's very funny and kind.
Okay.
Interesting.
So for the person asking
Interesting.
after you, we can tell them that nothing happens before
Poor
its
time.
time
As I was about to
because
say that,
yeah,
that's what Jovi said. You know, it's
yeah.
God and its timing. And also you can also maybe take from what Sydney said when she said that. I mean, she didn't medal in the 15, so they both of them going at the 800. You know, you're saying to her, you know, just come, just come. I mean, Sydney herself said, yo, she wanted this for herself, but she also wanted her to have gotten a medal. So, you know, it would have been a bottleneck also for both of them coming down to the line. One would have to, somebody have to win. At the end of the day, we're not gonna have both of them getting the gold medal, but one would have to win. So it is
But
just
just to
also
point it out though, Latoya,
respect
to
too.
let them know that Nafamba would have started at 3,000 and 3,000 and 2,000 meters steeplechase.
Steeplechase.
So a lot of people would have seen her coming in at first and not aware that she started at a longer distance. I think she has now
Come down.
found the event that she likes more, and therefore you see her coming into herself and being able to run. So I can defend her for that because she would have started way up in that longer distance, and she did well because she would have won medal at Central Champs or Holmwood, and she'd have made finals for her scoring big
Yeah.
points. So credits to Nafamba, and I know when Cindy left, next year's gonna be Jove and Nafamba all the way. I can tell you that.
Somebody have to pay the respects. So somebody have
Yes.
to understand the timing. Cindy, outside of your sisters who are younger than you, if you had to tell younger athletes about choosing the long distance events, what would be that thing that you would want to tell them? What is it that you would want to say to them?
I would tell them that if them can manage it, them choose whether like if they can manage it, I would like tell them to go ahead. But if they can't, I would tell them to just go to an event that will suit them best. Because distance race is not a play thing.
The race is not for the swift, but for those who can endure.
But Cindy, have you ever thought, or any of you, have you ever had it in your thoughts that I probably will want to become a professional athlete one day? I know you say you want to become a nurse, but we have seen people like Natoya Gould, Adele Tracy, you had Kenya Sinclair before. You had some steeplechasers before you guys probably weren't even aware. We had
Where?
athletes competing at the world championships in the steeplechase for Jamaica. Do you ever think about running as a professional athlete? Like, you can make big money, make your family proud, make your country proud. Do you ever cross your mind that I want to try this thing as a professional?
Yes, a lot of time. Yes, I really do think about that. Yes.
What about you, Jovi?
Well, I'm not sure to be honest because I had a dream from a younger
You can tell us
age,
your dream too, because we
and
know Cindy wants to be a nurse. What is your dream?
I want to be a teacher and also a guidance counselor.
Interesting. And you, Carita, are you
I
not make
am
up
not
your
sure
mind yet?
also. Me know say my future going to check and feel same way, but I want a life otherwise on check and feel. I want to be a real estate agent.
Wow. That's all you No, you know.
Hey, I will
So
not come over here and kill me.
okay. So that's all you know where you can find in the future if you want
Hello.
expert advice.
Hurry up and start. Hurry up and start sell the house because we
Let
need
me tell you that,
one.
Carita, that's a big field, and I'll
That's
say
a
go
big
for it.
field.
By the way, all three professions are outstanding. I mean, teachers rock the world, they rule the world. Everybody relies on a teacher. Nurses, we can't do without them. But real estate, it carries money. Carita, so just remember us that we encouraged you to go into real estate. So when we come
Please.
around in our old age, You
Yeah,
can say,
yeah,
give us what, sell us a property at a
yeah. But
certain
you know, the
value.
better take the, yeah, understand? Yeah.
Yeah, but wish you
When
all the
it come that
best.
time there, cause not go
Yes.
old by that time there. So remember
But
me.
a big moment, Latoya. I think everybody wants to hear about this moment because again, Cindy, you'd have been toiling, and I know you went to national trials in the past, and a lot of people would say, "Boy, Cindy always dominate the road, the meets, and dominate the road and go on with a chance." But when she come a character trials and she nah do nothing.
Not
This
nothing.
year, this year, yourself and Jovi came to trials, and incidentally, both of you made the team. First national team.
What was
First,
that
tell us
like?
about that moment. Just tell us
About
about that.
making the team.
You know that we saw you speaking to the journalists, but tell us in your own words now, what was that feeling like knowing that both sisters now make their first national team?
Well, knowing that we're coming from a far away and we use each other to motivate ourselves, that helps us.
Cindy,
Um, well, it was a good moment for me and my sister to make the national team to represent our country for the first time. It was a great feeling for us.
were you excited? What I know you probably tell her some things like you go and say, Jovi, no, we're gonna go to character. What did you start to tell her? Because not only will you guys would have been separated, now you're running in the same age group, under 20. So I know you probably tell her a thing or two, say, Jovi, we are gonna go dominate. What you tell her, say, coming out of trials, now you know that both of you made the team.
Well, we go and make my mother proud still and carry on the rose name because we are like fan champs. We are carry like fan champ meet by the way. We are like the rose name start to shine. Everybody start to know us, and we carry on the name still.
Interesting.
Sydney said the rose them start to shine.
The rose them start to bloom bright, and everybody knows about the rose. But just tell us then. So
All right,
you
so
made the team
you made the team
and you
and you
get your
know who was
passport
now a part of your team and everything.
ready for
You
Trinidad.
got there now. You got
Ready
to
for
character
Trinidad.
now. What was that experience like? Someone who
When I
got
get the jersey, tell us when I get the kits. So when they call us, when they call you and give you your kits, so you got your black, green, and gold. I know you guys were excited. Just tell us what that moment was like when you look at those kits.
Well, I feel good because as we get him, we just take out the shirt and just take off the shirt and we shirt and we have on and just put on it and
Like,
so
eat
forth.
this
So,
now.
We said
yeah, and I say, yes, we make it.
just
Joey
in
said,
case
eat me
character
slow.
cancel. Just in case them call you and take it back and character cancel. You can say you take a picture and the shirt.
They
I
want
want to give them back, to be honest.
they would have to put me on the stadium track to run.
Okay. Jovi, so what was your excitement level like? How did you feel knowing that yes, you have your own, so nobody can say you're only a Holmwood athlete, no, you're now a national representative for the country. What was that feeling like, Jovi?
Well, knowing that I made everyone proud, and as we say, we are come from far. I'm glad my big boss.
Yeah. So when you guys got to Trinidad, did you guys were you roommates or did you have separate rooms? What was the dynamics like? Did they, cause they know you were sisters, did they put you guys together?
No, sir.
Interesting. So you
But, but,
But yeah, but
She didn't come in my room. She come in
she
my
gonna hear
room.
why did you
so
guys were you guys
why you
Yes.
guys didn't okay. What was the camaraderie of the team like? So it would have been your first that you
Well,
both first time making the team. So now you're team Jamaica, not team Homewood, but team Jamaica. What was that like? What was that experience like? Now it's not team Homewood anymore, it's now team Black, Green, and Gold. What was like that experience like?
everyone was friendly. So everyone get along well. So it wasn't hard.
Okay.
And that's a very interesting point, Latoya and Cindy, because a lot of time people would see you guys competing on the track, but are you guys friends with your fellow competitors from other schools? Do you guys talk to each other? Do you guys so when you get to a team, what's the dynamics like? Do you guys talk to each other?
Well, like I wouldn't say we are friends, but we're just socializing with them because we're in the same environment.
Interesting.
I'm sorry about that. But now you're nervous just now. I was wondering, I'm seeing Sydney commenting, and I was wondering, I almost said Sydney's not you, but she identified herself quick
So,
and fast.
the person declare themselves. Huh?
Quick and fast, it's like
Um,
she saw in my
I,
head.
yeah, I want to know though, Cindy
Yeah.
and Jovi, you guys run the 800 and the 1500 meters at Carifta, right?
No.
Yes. I run 815. She do 800 by
So
4
Jovi
relay.
ran the 8 and the mixed relay
The mixed relay.
And
And
the
she
for
four
ran
four
the
by four.
flat
by
4 by 4 also.
So all right, so this is Jovi now. So Jovi now, you were the sprinter
Yes.
in class 4. When they call it, they say Jovi, you have to run
The
4 by
no, she
4.
have to run the mixed
And you
relay and then
know,
the flat 4 by 4. What was that like? And I just
yes,
running
when it
up two. What was that like, Jovi? Can you say two what?
well, well, the 4 by 4 was after the 800. And I ran a fast time. After that, I was not feeling well, but they had written down the names already. So Miss Copeland told me that, say if Mr. stand here for this, you're not going to like it. So we couldn't do nothing than go up there and do this.
interesting, interesting. But did you feel like Jovi, it would have affected your chance? Because you and Cindy would have been scheduled to run the 800 meters together, right? So did you feel like having to run the 4 by 4 mixed relay would have probably affected your chance, knowing that you probably wanted to run and medal together? Did you think about that, or you were just excited to run the 4 by 4?
No, sir. Well, I was excited because it was my first 4x4 mixed relay, and it wasn't a problem to me because I was representing my country.
So if you had to do it again, if you are caught in a situation like that, you had your pet event to run, and you're asked to, run a mixed relay and also come back again and run a flat, would you?
Yes, miss.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. But Cindy, you were not, I think you didn't run the 4 by 4, right, Cindy?
No.
No,
The
I
8
did
and the 50
the
and the 15.
1500 and the 800.
Talk to us about what the difference is in terms of the competition, because you'd have been used to running here in Jamaica and dominating. But when you went to Caribbean, you'd have seen at least from other countries that you probably were thinking they probably were faster than me. Could they be? What was your thought process going into? And tell us, for those who weren't following the character games, tell us what places did you finish in both events? But just tell us first of all, what did you think about going into the competition?
Well, to be honest, they kind of nervous because the one of them, like two of them, and I'm event them like around fast time. So yeah, I said me I go against them, but I know if me can medal or not. And they take my coach advice, and Florence daddy did even talk to me, and he said I can do it, and I just go out there and do it.
Interesting. So tell me something. So when you first touch a track, how different is that stadium different from Jamaica? Did it feel any different, or did you just feel like you were at stadium itself, like in Kingston? Jamaica? Or did you feel like, wow, I'm in a big stadium, different environment?
No, no, it wasn't like, yes, it was a little bit different because the finish line like did close, but the curve did
No,
long.
So you say it took a longer time to get where you want to go because you're used to just getting at that 200 meters mark and just going. But then you say when you touch a curve, it feels long. It look like, I guess it's longer
Yes.
because, as I said, the finish line is closer. I don't know.
what
I don't
what?
know.
Just tell the listeners, Cindy, what medals you won, and how many medals both of you won at the character games.
Well, I win two medals in the 15. I came first, and in the 800, I came second.
I got three. I got one in the 4x4 girls, and the 4x4 mixed relay, I got silver, and for the 800, I got
So
bronze.
Jovi got three and Cindy. So you
Who
guys
got
brought
you?
five
Five
medals back
medals.
home to the Rhodes family now. So by now, when you find space, put the medal them. Wanna do with the medal them because the amount of medal you know win this year.
No.
Where guys do the medals?
Mama stored
And,
With
and,
them.
and
mommy.
remember, Carita says she's going to carry on the Rose name, And remember now, she got a longer way to go. So mommy, I forgot to get a bigger bag, a bigger shelf to store them in. I-
Yeah.
Yes,
So
miss.
Kerita, when you see so now Kerita, though you see that your sisters making national team and you say, boy, you watch them on TV and you see the winning medals and dominating at the character. How inspired are you now, Kerita, to know that boy, my time soon come?
So come.
To be honest, when you see them, I want wish me did it to run to and get nashy
Oh, you say
clothes.
get the
Me still
magic
get
clothes.
nashy
So
clothes.
Carita,
Nashi, he wants
you
Nashi
know,
clothes.
take none, take one suit out of each from them.
They give
Okay.
me.
Okay.
But Carita, when you were watching Carifta, right, and Sydney was running, and your sister she had to come first. What was the what
I
going on home?
I I felt more nervous than her because we did a big fast and I was excited.
So you say you felt nervous for her, not she feeling nervous. You felt it.
That's
Understood.
interesting.
Yes.
Sydney, I'm gonna ask you this question. Who is your favorite athlete and why?
To be honest, it's a Kenya girl, Kate Kipiogan.
Wait.
Good shot.
Yes,
Big name
seen
that you know.
her,
A
beautiful
big name.
TV.
Big name that you know.
Yeah, seen her doing 1500 PB, 1500 of the world record for 1500. It really inspired me. She really inspired me.
Carita, who is your favorite athlete and why?
It can be a friend,
It can
right?
be
Any
what?
just about anybody.
To be your favorite athlete, you same
Okay.
boat.
Why?
Because when you did the track and field, there was a time when India run against somebody and in the slow and in the telling says next year I will be team here. And when he come back, we think come back stronger.
Watch
That is it.
Usain Bolt and
And he
Johan
dominated.
Wait. Not
That is
say
it.
nothing. That
It's
is
not how
it.
you
That's
it's not how you start, it's how you
oh
finish.
you
That is it,
finish.
Kerita. Yeah.
Jove. You're Jove with the big name now.
And that's how
They must say you're Jove with the big name. Why not Toya Gold?
Well, Natalia Gould, I like the way how she executes.
Okay.
Interesting. And
But
and and just a thing to note because Natoya Gold is actually from Manchester. A lot of people don't know that Natoya Gold, some of the records that you guys are chasing are champs. She
belongs to
has
her.
most of the records and she went to champs unbeaten. The credits to Natalia Gold. She has not really been ever beaten, not at the champs. I don't think she has been beaten at the character games either. So that's the kind of athlete that Natalia Gold is. So it's really good to know that
You
Jovi, you
admire.
admire Natalia Gold
Are
because
great.
she's been running for years.
Name one athlete that you would love to run against or run with. Don't have to be Jamaican.
What
Yes.
again?
Yeah, you would want to be in a race with, I mean, it is a dream for you to run against that athlete.
Well, I want to run against Stefan Hassan on a
Stefan,
road
See,
race,
what,
you
on
on
a
know.
what?
road race.
I'm not
On
gonna
a
win
road
it.
race? See if I'm
Yeah.
gonna drop and get up.
That's interesting though
But
because
that's very interesting though that
let's
you
see.
chose Stephen Hassan. I mean,
And it's on the
adorable.
road, Latoya, because she
And he's
runs.
not in, and
She's
he's not
dominant on the
in,
track,
yeah, he's not
and
on
she's
the track
dominant
in
on the
it,
road.
and
Yeah.
she's dominant on the road. I would have thought that answer would have come from Cindy and not Joe. You see me telling Joe, ever surprised with them some year. Sydney go, Jovi, boy.
Saya
But
goal.
we can make that happen. We can make that happen. That
She's
one
coming
is
to
more.
she's coming to national trials. She's coming to
She's coming
national
to the
trials.
national
We can
trials.
arrange it
We can arrange that one to happen. That one
before you
can
go up
happen.
before you go off to college, Jovi.
We can
Cindy,
make that one happen.
before you go
I
off to
mean,
college, you can make that
we,
race
we, we,
happen.
we will
Just link
work
us
on
up.
that one happening. That one seems feasible and possible. I will cut out this little part and says Natoya Gould,
And send it to her.
Sydney Rose would like to have a one-on-one with you. That can
So
happen.
she come down 1 month before Latoya, and we
Yeah,
just video it in a
I will
stadium.
just sort it out. Yeah, man. We're going to work on it in our share. Sydney, you want it to happen? We're going to work on it to happen. Bro, what? No, I mean, it's something good though. It's something
I
good.
mean,
It's a good aspiration.
Natalia with relationship because she lives to inspire a lot of the younger athletes. And if
Yes.
you ever get a chance to talk to her, I think that is something you guys can do. I know you guys are on social media, but Natalia Gould is one of the most easygoing athletes you can talk to.
Easy to
And
talk.
despite all her accomplishments, she'll sit down and talk to you and give you the time of day and tell you how to really go through. Because, and there's something I want to tell Cindy because she will not know. You're starting at the junior level or the lower level of the college system. But Natalia Gould would have started in at the junior college level, and she made her way straight through to NCAA Division One and dominated. So not only she did dominate in Jamaica, but she dominated for our university, Clemson University and LSU. Those are two big universities, and gone on to several. I think she has gone to 3 Olympic Games, and I think about 5 World Championships. So you
Five
can
World
just imagine
Championships. Because I
how
think
much
this
she
is
has
going to be
done.
our sixth. I think this
This
is
is
going to be
gonna
our
be,
sixth.
and
This is
she's
not our fifth or sixth.
almost guarantees to go back. So Cindy, you can take inspiration from that because yeah, not a lot of people expected Natoya Gould to be where she is, but look at where she is right now.
Cindy, we're actioning it. In
Uh,
the morning when she wake up and answer,
we
we're
get a
actioning
message
it for you.
on her
Yeah,
phone to
man.
say,
I just sent a message. Good night. That. Yeah, man. We're going to action it.
and
The
we'll talk
meetup.
to we'll
We're
talk
going
to
to make the
Coach
meetup
Andy.
happen.
We'll talk to Coach Andy to give them the
Make it
time off.
happen.
So it's a pre dress rehearsal to trials. We'll talk.
We
But what you
talk.
guys do? What you guys do for fun? Because I know
What?
I see Carita. I
I
watch
want to hear what
Carita.
Carita, who Carita wants, who
Yeah.
is Carita's own.
Oh, who she want to run again? So Carita, you can tell us.
You said Bolt.
It's because I'm retired now. Why you want to run
What
against him?
you
You think you can beat him now?
No, well, Carita,
Of course I
Carita,
can
he
be.
doesn't run your event. Him not come to your event story there.
You have to come down
So,
to 400
so you
meters,
would have to
Carita.
go down to the 200, not even the Carita, you have to come down to the 2. That's the least I could give you, the 2.
Not all good.
She wants to run against Natalia Gould as well. So you can imagine Carita and Cindy against
I would have
Natalia
to
Gould
throw all 3 of them in there with Natoya. So it would have to
so
be the Roses and Natoya.
against the topping. Yeah.
Yeah, topping versus Rose.
The Roses.
Rose topping. Rose topping.
Good catch one there, Latoya. Good catch one.
Track Hero is apologizing to Nafamba if she's still here, saying he wants to extend an apology to her. Probably he's saying that he probably have high expectation for her and therefore he's sorry. So
I mean, I mean,
Nafamba,
I don't think I can answer. I don't think she's offended. I know that she's probably inspired to know that a lot of people look out for her
for
and
her.
expect her to, and she's very disciplined. So that's the next thing I want to commend you ladies for. Your coach would talk from time to time and say you guys are very disciplined. It's one of the best bunch of young ladies that he would have coached. Easy to work with, easy to get along, and that's the general consensus for the team. So credits to you, and I ask that you continue to be that disciplined and steadfast, and continue to motivate each other. But also, I want to know a little bit because I know you guys are young. What you guys do for fun? And let me just start by saying, Kerita, I see all of the TikTok video them. So Kerita seems to be the one that loves. But tell us what you do for fun. All three of you.
I love dancing.
Who loves dancing?
uh,
Jovi, so she love dancing.
That's interesting. Jovi, I surprised you all night, Latoya.
Jovi, take a cake.
Now she have a go bust a move. When before we wrap up the interview, we're gonna make
Have a boss one
everybody
for
clear the
you.
screen and Jovi give us your best move. So prepare for that. But what about the other two, Cindy and Kerita? What
Cindy,
you
what
guys
you
do
do
for
for
fun?
fun outside of track and field?
I love to watch movie.
What type of
Yes,
movie? Action
I'm a kid.
or
Korea drama. I love to watch Korea drama.
And you, Kerita?
she was, I like dancing and watching K dramas and love make FaceTime video.
Okay, so
I love
Face video.
you see, yes, Kerita, you set up yourself now, because
so you forgot
you have
join Jovi.
you have got giant Jovi now to give away a piece of the dance. Because now you give away yourself to let us know that you love being in front of the camera. And that is something I like about you guys, that you not only focus on the school and the track, but you make time for fun
For fun.
and try to balance it as student athletes. And what is it? I know you're away from your family still, right? You're on campus, right?
Yes, sir.
So you know miss St. Ann at this time of the year.
Cool, Santa.
No,
I'm just up here, so I don't know to be right now.
So them can add up your Manchester.
Eh. So one track. Sorry, that fan by saying apology accepted, and she says to continue to have high expectations for her, and she really appreciates it. Seems like two
That,
will turn best friends. Good
yeah,
time.
that sounds like Nafamba. That sounds like Nafamba we know. That's like a soft Nafamba we know. Um,
Sydney,
if,
one question for you. I know that you'll be going off. I know that we have what is it? Panam coming up. Sydney would be applicable for Panam Oshe,
I think she's not interesting. You can correct me. I think she's eligible, but I think
but
she
you're not
leaves
interested.
early for university, right, Cindy?
Yes,
You have to
sir.
leave
Okay.
early, so that's
Because
that's the
Panam is
challenge there.
August. Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Are
So
you
it's a
excited, Cindy, for
for
going
going
to the
away.
US? Because I see that some of your teammates I know are looking to stay home. So they are gonna go to colleges here in Jamaica. Are you excited to go
Go
overseas?
away and adapt to that new environment.
Yes, I'm really excited to experience and to start a new journey.
So you start to Google and find out where Indian Hills is and what's the weather like, what's the culture like, who are gonna be my teammates, because I go on their page and I see they start to say at least that they have signed and there are some Jamaicans coming
Welcome
in
and
like
Jamaicans
yourself.
coming and stuff.
Have you gone and check out those things yet, Cindy?
Yes, sir. I already checked them out.
All right. So for the three of you, so here at Track and Field Totnet, when we're wrapping up, we have a little game called Fast Five, where we ask some fantasy questions and we build some fantasy teams, right? So it's all aligning to you, especially that you, Jovi, has done the 4x4. So I'll start with Jovi. So therefore, the others can kind of have an idea of where we go. So Jovi, I want you to make your fantasy 4x4 woman team if it is that we were supposed to have a 4x4 fantasy team. Same as all, they would have fantasy football. So make your fantasy 4x4 team. However, I want it to be on the senior side from you.
Okay.
Female.
For Jamaica,
Yeah, for Jamaica. Current athletes.
yes.
Let me put that in. Sorry, because I don't want you to give me all the OGs. I want current athletes. Sydney,
All
Sydney,
right.
you can go and think about the male side. And Jove, being that you're young, I will give you the 4x4 juniors. So 4x4 for right. So you can think about it.
Juniors are
No, that's Kerita. So Kerita will
Rita,
talk
sorry,
about the
not Jovi.
seniors.
I'm
So
looking at
Jovi,
her.
you
She
can talk
knows
about
she
the
knows
seniors.
talking. My apologies. Kerita, you have the junior fantasy 4x4. Sydney, you have the male 4x4 current athletes, and Jove, you have the females.
Can I start now?
Sure.
Yes.
Well, first I have Nikisha Price, then Cherokee Young, Stacey and Williams, and I would have put Cherokee Jackson on that.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Very. Hey, Jove, I'm telling you, all night, Jove. You slap me
Surprise.
well, man. You slap me
Surprise after
well.
surprise.
I'm gonna give you a next team for me. Know yourself. Jovi, Sydney, are you ready?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I would say Christopher Taylor, Rashawn Clark, um, coming.
Carita, make sure you're ready with
And
yours.
Watson, and I would like say, no, I would put ugly civil honey.
Remember, it's 4x4. Yeah.
So Christopher Taylor. Anthony Watson.
She said Anthony Watson. She said Anthony Watson, Christopher Taylor, Rashawn Clark.
No.
Yeah, like
Broadville.
no.
Yes.
Jovi, allow Sydney to think.
It's fair game.
All right, so I'm gonna throw some names. So if you remember those persons that I throw some names, you can maybe think about it. You have Zandrian Barnes, you have Javon Powell, you have Sean
Rasheen,
Bailey.
Yeah,
Rasheen McDonald,
Oh, you said Javon Powell.
Javon Powell.
yeah.
Security now,
Carita.
the
Yes,
young ones
Carita.
now.
So
You
you
see
get to
them
do
running
the
a
young
chance.
ones.
Who
Yeah.
you think needs to be on that team?
Kellyanne Carr, Fletcher, Abigail Campbell, and Abriana.
Wow,
Abrina.
Abrina.
You did ready for it.
She studied.
She did ready for it. She did ready for it. She did ready for it.
By the way, that's an excellent team based on how those ladies have been running this season. That's an
Yeah.
excellent. That team could have win at World Junior, and I think that might be the team that goes to Panam. I'm just
Might be
saying.
the team that goes to Pan. I mean, yeah, that would be a good team. Jovi, I'm interested in hearing your woman 4x100 meter. You see, because of what you give me for that 4x4 there, I'm interested in hearing your woman 4x100 meters.
Okay. First I have two playing teams.
Repeat.
Okay. The Clayton
Cherokee
twins.
Jackson,
Okay.
Cherokee Jackson, and Shelly and Fraser.
Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting for sure.
That was at world release. We saw a glimpse of that team.
We saw that. We saw exactly that at World Release.
Yeah.
We saw exactly that.
Would you change that team, Cindy? Would you have a different team, Cindy?
Would you have a different team, Sydney?
Yes, to be honest,
Okay,
yes.
go ahead.
I would put Simona Cole to start. Shellyan, as usual, on the backstretch between Andy Curve and Sharika last.
Which one of the twin on the
which of the
curve?
twin?
The one with
Tina.
Tina.
Okay. Like
Interesting.
Kerita is saying, why me not like that team? That would you have a different team, Kerita?
We
Yes.
almost saw we saw Jovi's team,
Yeah.
but we almost saw Cindy's team. It's just that we didn't get Serena Cole starting in the
She
finals.
started. She started
She
the
started
mixed
on the
relay.
mixed relay.
Mixed relay.
Yeah.
4x1.
So, right, Carita, what would your team be?
Brianna Williams, Shelly Ann, Elaine Thompson, and Sherika Jackson.
So you went back for the Olympic team.
She went back for the Olympic team. Yeah.
Yes.
And that, by the way, that's a lot of people's dream team for Jamaica. A lot of people think that those four
That
young ladies
we need back that four
are
ladies.
like the team that will make Jamaica great again.
Carita, would you kept that order that you gave them?
Yes, miss.
Your order was Brianna Williams to Shelley and Fraser Price to Elaine Thompson. You were two.
I Sherika Jackson, 30, and Elaine Thompson last year,
Okay.
and Brianna.
I'm going to come and open your brain and see what you're looking at inside. What you're looking at inside. I think I need to examine your brain. Carita, I thank you so much for that, Carita. I thank you so much
Okay.
for that. I really, really thank you so much for that.
I mean, Lati, I want to drop something in there because just a little bit of my so fine because since you ladies run the 800 meters, and at one point, if you did not know, there was a 4x800 meter relay team at the World Relays like you have it at Pence. So if you should pick a 4x8 team and anybody that you would want to run with you, yourselves included. So you're one of the members and you pick three other persons from any school, any era that you'd want to run with you on a 4x8 team. Who would those athletes be?
Each of you get to pick.
So each of you will have your team. Yes, Carita, you can go.
Carita, ready?
I will make Florence start my relay team.
Who is that?
And Florence Nafamba.
Okay.
Then Monique Stewart. No, sir, not Monique. The idle one. Abigail Campbell. No. Taffy, yes, she. No, not she. No, Abigail Campbell. Then me. Then Cindy.
Okay. Interesting.
What's it?
Interesting. Cindy, who would be on your team?
Obviously, from Florence to Taifa to Jovi to me.
Interesting. That's interesting.
I
Jovi,
didn't hear
I'm
what you
excited
said.
to hear because you've been surprising us all night, Jovi. What would your team be?
I read a joke. First, Florence Nafamba starts. Then Cindy second leg. I'll take third leg and Abigail Campbell last.
Fast. Wow. By the way, which relay leg is your favorite leg? I know I've seen Jovi run, I think primarily anchor legs and second legs, and Cindy tends to anchor the relays. Which relay leg is your preferred leg, or which leg you like the most? Whether it's 4x4 or whether it's 4x8.
Well, I would say second.
You know that the second leg is the pressure leg. You know that. That's
Yes,
a pressure
I know.
leg. What say
Remember,
you,
she can
Jovi?
take pressure.
Yeah.
What's your favorite leg, Jovi?
The third leg.
Okay.
The
So
relaxed leg.
you make up any gap just in case the team fall
The
back. You can
relaxed
make
leg.
up.
The relaxed leg. Make up the gap, but just relax and make up the gap. I like it.
Kerita, next year you'll be running relay. All things being well. Which leg you want, Coach Dave, to put you on?
Third leg.
Third leg. I
You
know
want the
he's
third leg,
watching.
Carita?
Third leg.
He's watching the program, so he's hearing you loud and clear. So he's gonna
So,
write
so,
that
so,
down.
so Coach Dave know where to put you
He has a
from
third
now.
leg already for his future
So
4
you
by
just go
8
and
team.
set you there. So I want to say thank you. So before I say thank you so much, O'Shea, fantasy game. So I'm gonna put O'Shea on the spot, guys, like how he heard you guys made your team. You want to hear him make his team, right? So, so O'Shea,
Yes.
make me a fantasy 4x4 and a fantasy 4x1. Choose whichever way you want it, whether it be the male or the female seniors.
I'm gonna be extremely biased. I'm gonna pick a female 4 by 1 team and a 4 by 4 team, and I'm gonna go to a school that is in Manchester.
No, I said seniors, yeah? I
Oh,
never said
le-
juniors. Yeah, yeah,
there
yeah.
are seniors now, so I'm gonna tell you where
Okay,
they
okay,
came
okay.
from.
Okay, okay.
So my team would
Yeah, go.
include Shashali Forbes.
Let me know.
It also includes Anisha McLaughlin. The team also would include Shiloni Calvert, and I think I'd put on anchor. That this one is tough, but I'm trying to.
Just
All
hurry
right,
because I'm going to press the bubble, but hurry up.
Anastasia Leroy.
Okay, so make me that team that you just made of current athletes. Thank you so much, because I did say current athletes.
Our current athletes. All right. By the way, those ladies all went to over technicals, Rose sisters. But my current 4 by 1 team, really based on my assessment of the team, I still have Shelley Fraser in my team. I just like her because of what she gives. Um, I am for a fit Elaine Thompson on my backstretch. So yes, Shelley Fraser starts for me. Elaine Thompson on the backstretch. Sharika Jackson, when she's in her prime, she dominates that curve. And I think, like I've seen so many times on so many relays, young Tia Clayton just knows how to flash that button all the way to the finish line. She has grown to love that leg, and I think that's her leg in the future. So that's my team. Um for the
1.
4 by 1. The 4 by 4 current team, let me just say that I love, again, I'm being biased, but I love a Jenny Roster on my team. She just knows how to run a good relay, and I think she's very dependent. Jenny Russell, formerly of Open Technical, yeah, I like her. Um,
It's
Also,
reliable.
I would have Nikisha Price. Yeah, she's a very stout campaigner, so she gets into my team. Stacey Williams is there, and that fourth leg is really a battle between it has to be one of the collegians. I'm gonna go out and say one of the collegians because I think the current 4 by 4 crop now, I think Dejane Oakley has surpassed a lot of them and looks more confident to me. So I'd give her a chance. Dejane Oakley on that team based on current form.
So I'm okay with your second and third leg. So you said that you'd have made Genevieve do the first leg. That's what you're saying?
So no, Genevieve would not be on my first leg. I don't think Genevieve is a first leg. I would probably start my relay with a
Stacey
Stacey
Williams.
Williams to a Nikisha Price. I'd put Jenny Russell on a third leg because I think she's able to assess and to strategize how to close distances and to finish with Jenny Oakley.
Okay. I like your team for your 4x4. I actually do like your team, and I think this team is feasible if they all four ladies come to championships in 4 weeks time and make the team and is available to do their damage. I actually like this team. Um, national record holder, um, Stacey Williams in our PB form of our 50. I mean Jenny Russell any day, Miss Reliable,
She shows up for a relay. Yeah.
and Dejane Oakley has been doing some great things there with in time. So yeah, I
Georgia,
do
yeah.
like your team, definitely. So I want to say thank you so much, everyone,
I
for
think
being
before they
here.
go, though, Latta, you can give them a chance to send some shout outs. I know they have a lot of fans. Worst like oh tonight now them turn stars. So if anybody didn't know about the Rose sisters, now you know a little bit more, we hope. But you can just send some shout outs to anybody you wish to send shout outs to before we wrap up.
We wrap up.
Well, shout out to my Auntie Grace. Yes, big up to Auntie Grace. Big up to my coach from primary school, Coach Riley. And big up to Mr. Handy, so Mr. Jones, Uncle Dalla, Uncle Gary. Big up to them. Yeah, and big up to all the people them never believe in me. Yes, big up to them still.
Okay.
And
Wonderful.
also big up to Akila, Kimon, Mummy, Daddy, everybody, and my supporters and also my haters. Yes.
Hey, Karita.
By the way, let me tell you, Kerita, I think I like the kind
The
of personality you are,
dynamics.
Kerita. So let me tell you something. You see, there's always the need for one live wire in a team, especially Omo team. It's known to have somebody that is not afraid to push the envelope. And I think Kerita, you fit in well. I just like your energy and I like your vibe. So big up yourself.
Big up you,
Yes. Big up everybody, even in the colony, and big up in the
Wonderful. Jovi,
Miss Surprise. Yes, Jovi, your time.
Well, I want to thank everyone for supporting us, and also thanks thanks for encouraging us and all of that. We really appreciate it. And I want to say a shout out to my friends for supporting me, my family members that have been here from day one, my coaches, and everyone else.
wonderful. Just before you wrap, Latta, let me just answer. There's a person in the chat asking a question. That's Dwayne Barrett, and he's asking if there's another one coming for real. I think he's referring to the another Rose sibling. Well, they answer that question. They have a smaller
Earlier.
brother, right? A smaller brother that might run track, but they don't have any other sisters yet. But we don't know what the future
No.
holds. But they don't have any other sisters yet. But they have a Rose brother that you might see running track. So the Rose legacy will likely live on, and they're still young. So
And
even with
Dwayne, it is not Dwayne. Dwayne is
yeah,
one who wanted to know if Marcinho is. No, Marcinho and them, they said they are
he's not.
not aware of
Well,
their
they
related.
they are not aware. They are both from Saint Ann, but they are not aware of Massina Rose. By the way, where exactly in Saint Ann are you guys from?
Brownstone.
Brownstown. Interesting. Wow.
Glasgow, Alexandra,
No,
Gibraltar.
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 Yeah, they did
I'm
say
down
they
in the
went to
bush.
Gibraltar primary. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm in the bush.
very good parish to be from. By the way, guys,
Great
that's
parish.
my dream parish to live when I retire in Saint Ann. Yeah. But before
Okay.
you guys wrap that time, my final word. I just want to say thanks for representing the school that a lot of people love. Myself, yeah. I mean, I did not go to Holmwood, but it's a school that I respect because of the legacy and because of how over the years the athletes have carried themselves, and you guys have been a part of it. Cindy, you are moving on. I'm gonna say to you all the best and thank you for doing all that you have done for Omod and for Jamaica, because I can't say for Jamaica now because you have done it for the country, and I expect you in the future to see you in the national colors again. Jovi, the sky is still your limit, and I know you still have about 2 more years or so, and I know you're going to come and try to maintain that standard and even push the bar up. Kerita, I don't need to ask that when they shall have departed, we still gonna be celebrating our rose because I think you are growing into yourself. You're becoming a very outstanding athlete. I watched you in your from you started competing, And I must say, you are one of the young athletes from Holmwood that have really believe in the program. So all the best in your exams. We thank you for taking the time because I know you guys have exam and so disciplined. Somebody said, Jovid, deactivate IG. I said to them, no worry, it's exam time, so them have to buckle down. And I'm really appreciative of that. And all the best in your exams, all the best in the future.
Yes, sir. Thank
Right.
you.
So,
Thank you for having me.
I mean, Oshay just eat up all of that and clap that, and thing. So I don't, you see, Joey, I told you earlier, and I say I coming like you guys too. So I can be you guys. But I also want to say on behalf of Track and Field Partner family, that we thank you so much for being here, for taking the time out for just, just coming and chilling with us and having fun with us, and for allowing us to get to know you all better and different. So it's no longer just the Rose, but we know Jovi, different from Sydney, different from Carita, and and get to know you all. So therefore, when Sydney gone leave way, come August, we know that we're only seeing two. So we know, I mean, we have watched Sydney so long, but we are getting used to Karita and also Jovi. Both of you guys are growing on us, and the longer you stay, the longer you will grow on us, and we will continue to watch you guys as you grow. I mean, Sydney, not because you're going away, you will still be watched by us. I mean, you have repped the black, green, and gold, and you have repped your maroon colors very well for Homewood, and we appreciate that. Continue to fly your flag high for yourself, for your family, for your school, and for your country as best as you can. And we are sure that you will definitely go there and do great things, as it may be. So we thank you so much for being here, and we wish you all the best. The sky is still the limit. Continue to grow high, because roses grow high up in the sky as far as they want to grow. So continue to grow as best as you possibly can. So we thank you so much for being here with us. See you all
Thank
soon
you.
again
Yeah.
See you.
later.
Later.
All right, good night, guys.
So
Good.
thank you again for being here with us, Shay. We appreciate your time, and we appreciate you being here with us as best as possible. Hope to
It
see
was
you
my
again
pleasure.
next time
Definitely.
whenever we are ready to do this. I mean, a lot of things is coming up, a lot of things is happening in the sphere now. So we definitely also need to have a conversation about that. Weekend is coming.
Yes,
Yeah.
most
So
definitely. It
continue to
was
be
my
safe.
pleasure. It was my pleasure. As always, fun to chat. I mean, it's a good space. Let me just commend you, Latoya, for having this platform. A lot of people appreciates platforms like these, and we don't take it for granted that it is a space where you can be yourself, enjoy track and field, not in the same formality and the same method and formula that a lot of people choose. So, track and field talknet, and I can tell them free shout out, like, subscribe, share, because it's all over YouTube, on Facebook. You don't subscribe it, you're just missing out because the programs are always interesting. So, commendations to you, Latoya.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you all, wherever it is that you joined us from. We are happy that you are able to join us tonight for another exciting session, another exciting program here, while we talk about track and field here and while we learn about track and field. And as O'Shea said, if you have not yet subscribed to any of our socials, please run on over to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Facebook page, subscribe to our Instagram, and all of those things where we bring everything track and field to you in the moment, in the time, and also where we have exciting conversations, the one that you like. We thank you so much for being a part of our family. We thank you so much for being a part of us while we are here. So